up with some, come up with some good answers, for our players, as to why, some of the things are happening, and that's kind of what the bye is designed to do. So, obviously it's the coach is putting together a good pass rush plan, and then the players obviously have to go execute that. And then again, too, I mean, you're going up against good offensive linemen that they do a nice job, and 15 scrambles around a little bit, and it makes it a little bit harder as well.
And does the fire need to get lit under Josh Allen at all, or are they scheming to take him out of the game? What's
yeah, it's kind of week to week a little bit, and he understands that he's got to get going. He knows that. We've had just conversations that he's had with the staff and on defense, and knowing that he's a big part of that rush. He's talented and too talented not to get there, and just got to make sure that he stays focused in and locked in on the rush plan, and sticking to the technique that has made him a good pass rusher in this league.
Last year after the bye week, the coaching staff said they thought the team didn't handle the week off well. Do you talk to a young team about how to conduct themselves during a bye week?
Well, I'm not giving them the whole week. I'm going to bring the guys in tomorrow and Wednesday and get some work in, especially with our younger players. I think it'd be good and beneficial to work with them and kind of keep their development and growth coming. But at the same time, our older players, the starters, it's a time to sort of rest and heal and get ready for this back half push. But I will talk to them, obviously about how to handle, their business, with the 4 days off that I have to give them, and it's all about, being a professional, right? And we do get time off during the bye, and coaches are the same way, and how we handle it really can affect, next week for sure, but it can also set, a standard for, the rest of the year.
You gave some of your Eagles teams the whole week off, though, right?
I have in the past, yes.
Yeah, is that just based per team?
Yeah, kind of where you are and everything, and we're relatively healthy too, and there has not any significant injuries right now where you feel like you can give the guys the whole week, and we're a young football team too. We're still learning, and it's a great opportunity for us as a staff to really continue to teach and coach and get through the tape with with our players in the next couple of days.
Now that you've watched the tape, the Cisco hit that drew the flag but wasn't a flag, was there a fumble there too that you guys might have been able to challenge on that?
I don't believe there was. I don't think he necessarily had the full 1-2 make a football move, control the ball when the contact was made. So that part I think was okay.
Is Muma giving you just some more consistency over Devin Lloyd at this point?
He consistency, but I think too it helps. Sometimes in Devin's case too, just coming out of the game and seeing it from the sideline, seeing a little different perspective, and allowing Chad to get valuable reps. It's a lot like Buster playing and getting valuable reps at corner. And seeing where Chad is, with everything. Because right now, as you guys know, he's been sort of limited to the special teams. He is a good linebacker, and we want to get him on the field. But it helps Devin, from the standpoint of, I think, just seeing things a little bit differently, maybe with calmer eyes, from the sideline.
Is there any issue more Muma though going forward?
We'll see. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
maybe not to that degree, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes here, as we get ready for our next game.
Not the outcome you wanted, but was that one of Trevor Lawrence's better performances that you've seen so far?
Yeah, this is 2 weeks in a row now. He's really put some good performances out there. We had some protection issues kind of in that second quarter that kind of, made him get rid of the ball a little bit sooner than need be. But I thought after that, or really just taking that out, I mean, he settled in and did some great things that drive before half, and again getting us down there after the turnover, and to having an opportunity there to get us another few yards closer, on the turnover. And I mean, he's just kind of understanding now kind of what we're asking him to do, and he's put two good performances here back to back.
Have you seen a shift in him over the past couple weeks? Maybe in his mentality, his preparation, anything like that?
Not really. Trevor's Trevor. He just kind of handles his business the way he does, and prepares the same, studies the same. And I think what you're seeing is just him learning from, mistakes that were made previously in the season, opportunities that we've missed. And he's just capitalizing that, and just that's it's a good player that's just taking correction and coaching and understanding what we're asking him to do, and just being better as a player.
I'm not
Starting
trying
to
to
get it, for lack of better phrasing, are you starting to get it at this point? Get, what you want, how much you want?
Yeah, I think get it is part of it. I think he's understanding, our system better. We're recycling plays a little bit more, so there's the verbiage and everything is sort of, easier to spit out in the huddle than say week one or even in training camp. And all of that really helps him, in his growth and really his development, and it's all starting to sort of come together for him.
not to make any excuses for Devin, or I'm not trying to, but as much training camp as he missed, does that factor at all into maybe some of the struggles?
I think it. I think it can. It's a young player. Missed all of training camp. He missed all the live reps in training camp, and that's hard because those are all valuable reps. Reps that Chad got and Shaq Quarterman got, and those guys. But we've played a lot of football now too, and he should be. I think understanding what the scheme is, understanding his technique and how to play within the defense a little bit. And again, this is that time of year with young players. We're coming out of week 10 into a bye week 11. This is that sort of that rookie wall you talk about a little bit. Some of these guys and it's a good time for a break.
Are you opening up the kicking situation to where James can compete a little bit with Riley, or you just
Not yet. I mean, we, during the week of practice, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, we let both guys kick. So there's a little bit of competition there. It's unfortunate, again, as I talked after the game, those are missed opportunities. That we just got to have. Especially against good teams, you got to hit those balls. Through the uprights, and he knows that, he understands that, but no competition right now.
But in the practices during the regular season since you started, has James continued to kick as well as he did in practice, in that joint practice with Atlanta in the preseason game? Has he continued to do pretty good?
He's another one that's kind of feeling where we are with the season, and I'll say that it's not 100%. Let me put it that way. It's not 100%.
For some of these young defensive guys who maybe have their heads swimming with assignments and things like that, and you see them making those, rookie mistakes or young player mistakes out on the field, can a bye week be a good time to kind of help them clear their heads so that way they can kind of maybe even refocus and clear things up on their thought process for the home stretch? Yeah,
I think it can. And again, it goes back to how they utilize this break. And again, it's the reason why I want to bring the guys in the next couple of days to kind of, we're not game planning anything, but go back and really go through, sort of this first part of the season and just kind of reteach and relearn and show them. And again, you're a little bit calmer this time, during the bye than you would be during a game plan week. And it's a great opportunity for these guys to continue to learn.
What is the coaching point for offensive linemen on some of these plays where they get called for being downfield? Is it hard because some of them are RPOs?
It's hard because, sometimes too we argue the fact that they were engaged, on a block, and which is okay as long as they, stay engaged. The couple yesterday, the one on Jawan and the one on Cam, I think were the right decision. That to me doesn't necessarily fall on them because they're doing what they've been asked to do, right? So that's a coaching thing that we can fix, and we talked about it as a staff today, and we have ways of correcting that and making sure that they're not downfield next time.
When you kind of talk about getting some of these younger guys on defense reps so they can have, live game reps under their belt, it kind of seems like you have an eye toward the future. Is it just that you've seen enough in practice from them that you want to see them on the field, or is it, hey, we know these guys are a part of the future, we got to see what they got?
If we were 7-3, maybe it's a different story. We're 3-7, and we're still trying to figure out some pieces and who can play and all of that. And this is a great opportunity for those guys to get time, right? And we want them to play, and we want them to get reps out there, and every time and any time they can, I think what you're seeing with Buster now that he's out there more, he's beginning to get a little more comfortable in that environment, and that's all you want. You just want them to be, the eyes aren't big. Now they're a little more focused on their job, focused on their, the tasks that they're asked to do on a particular play, and that's all you want from these guys, especially the young players, when they get opportunities to play.
What do the young players on offense like Snoop, some of the receivers have to do to get some of those game reps?
I just got to put them in. As a play caller, I just got to put them in. I mean, really on offense, because I control the calls and everything. It's just a matter of getting them in the game.
What happened on the Kadarius Toney touchdown catch when he was off on the sideline all by himself?
We got caught, actually. We got caught with about 2 plays in a row there. Our defensive headset went down, and so we had to make a call on the fly, and the communication was 2 different calls, on the field, and so there was just a missed assignment on that.
Who makes that call then? Are you trying to get it in from the sideline?
You try to hand signal it, which we try to do, but with the time running, breaking the huddle, Foye does a nice job of getting the guys lined up anyway, and being in that environment, it was just a little bit loud and couldn't hear all the calls, and just, it's unfortunate, but it's something that definitely, it's the same way on offense, right? If the headset goes down, Trevor has a handful of plays he can get to right away, and so we got to make sure that, when that happens, that the guys are prepared.
Did that happen a lot yesterday, or just those?
No, it was just like 2 plays in a row on defense. The offense was fine, it just happened in the red zone. Yeah, no.
I guess nobody would be stunned, or would you be stunned if we looked up here like on February 1st and you played the 2 teams in the Super Bowl, the Eagles and the Chiefs? I mean, are those 2 teams that good?
I mean, they're both good. They're both really good. It probably wouldn't surprise me. I think there's some good teams in the NFL right now that are playing, but I think both those teams are playing really, really good football. They're playing consistent. They're making the most of the opportunities, and that's what it takes, especially now down the stretch. We'll see, with this last month and a half, of the season, just where teams start to go.
And just to be clear, nobody got banged up, bro.
No, Jamal came out of the game, was fine, re-entered. Evan took a shot in the game, also re-entered, and both were fine. Yeah.
If going into that game, I told you had 3 turnovers and got an onside kick to start the game, I think you like your chances. How tough is it to walk out of there with a loss after that one?
I think we only got 7 points off of all that, and those are the opportunities that I talk about. That defense did a great job, and special teams, to create turnovers, create the takeaways. Offense, for the most part, did a nice job of, protecting the football. And you only get 7 points. I mean, we've got to do better as an offense. We got to do better when given the opportunity, whether it's 3 or 7. One thing I will say is, even with 40 or 50 seconds at the end of the half, to go down and get the touchdown was big, and then to get the turnover again, with 7 seconds, it was unfortunate. But those are opportunities that we missed. And when you're playing teams like the Chiefs, you can't miss those opportunities.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
All right.
You on the golf course this weekend?